Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carrie Underwood helps tiny sick friend after fleeing farm. Carrie Underwood had always said that the quiet of her farm in Tennessee was where her soul healed. The rolling fields, the gentle hum of cicadas in the evening, and the soft nickering of horses kept her grounded, away from the spotlight of bright stages and roaring crowds. But one summer morning, peace was broken. Carrie was walking down the gravel path toward the barn, humming softly, when she noticed the horses restless in their stalls. Chickens clucked nervously outside the coop. Even the air felt charged, as if something unusual had disturbed the farm's steady rhythm. "Strange," Carrie murmured, patting her dog Ace on the head. "You feel it too, buddy?" Ace barked once and bounded ahead, nose to the ground. Carrie followed, her boots crunching on the gravel until Ace stopped near the edge of the barn. There, under a stack of hay, something small trembled. It was no bigger than a kitten, though not a kitten at all. Carrie knelt and gasped softly. In the dusty corner lay a tiny creature, delicate wings folded tight, fur soft as silk, eyes shimmering with an otherworldly glow. It looked weak, struggling for breath. "Oh my goodness," Carrie whispered, gently scooping the little being into her hands. "What in the world are you?" The creature coughed, a sound like a faint silver bell. Its voice was almost too soft to hear, but Carrie caught the words. "Please, help, sick." Carrie's heart clenched. Fame had never erased her natural instinct to care, and right now the little creature's need mattered more than any concert, camera, or chart. She rushed inside the house, wrapping the tiny figure in a soft kitchen towel. A fragile secret under the warm glow of her farmhouse kitchen light, Carrie studied the creature more closely. Its wings, once perhaps radiant, drooped as though they had lost their strength. Its skin shimmered faintly, like dew on a spiderweb at dawn. Carrie realized with awe, this wasn't just an injured animal. It was something magical. "I don't know who you are, little one," Carrie whispered, "but you're safe here." She warmed some honey water and dipped her finger into it. The creature sipped weakly. After a moment, its tiny eyes opened wider. "Thank you," it murmured. "I fled my home. Danger came, but now I am sick." Carrie felt a protective surge in her chest. She had rescued stray dogs, bottle-fed orphaned calves, and even once nursed a wounded hawk. But never had she faced a friend so unusual or so vulnerable. "Don't you worry," Carrie said softly. "I'm not about to let you fade away. We'll get you strong again." A farm-turned-refuge caring for the little being soon became Carrie's secret mission. By day, she kept up with her chores, feeding the animals, tending the garden, rehearsing music in her studio. But in quiet moments, she returned to her tiny guest. She learned its name was Lyra. Lyra explained in fragmented whispers that she belonged to a hidden world of woodland folk, beings who lived in harmony with nature. But a storm, no ordinary storm, had torn through her home. Strange dark shadows had forced her to flee, and in her journey she had fallen ill. Carrie listened with wide eyes. It sounded like something from a fairy tale. But Lyra's fragile presence was proof enough. "You don't have to worry about shadows here," Carrie promised. "This farm is your sanctuary." Day by day, Carrie nursed Lyra with honey water, tiny bits of crushed berries, and drops of milk warmed carefully on the stove. At night, she sang lullabies, soft melodies that once comforted her own children. To her amazement, Lyra seemed to draw strength from the songs. Her wings flickered faintly whenever Carrie's voice filled the air. One evening, as Carrie strummed her guitar, Lyra whispered, "Your voice heals." Carrie smiled, tears shining in her eyes. "Well, then I'll keep on singing until you're strong enough to fly again." Trouble in the shadows, but not everything on the farm was calm. Strange disturbances began to appear, broken branches in the orchard, restless animals at night, even the faint shape of shadows slithering near the fence line. Ace growled at things Carrie couldn't see. Carrie realized with a chill that Lyra's pursuers might have followed her. She knelt by Lyra's makeshift bed, a basket lined with soft cloth. "Are they looking for you?" Lyra nodded weakly. "The shadows feed on light, and on voices of hope. They will come." Carrie straightened her shoulders. She had faced critics, exhaustion, and the hardest parts of life under a spotlight. She wasn't about to back down now, not when a helpless friend needed her. "Well then," Carrie said firmly, "let them come. We'll be ready." The night of the song, it happened on a moonless night. Carrie was woken by Ace's sharp barks. Looking out her window, she saw the fields rippling unnaturally, as if darkness itself crawled across the grass. Shapes, tall, twisting, featureless, moved toward the farmhouse. Carrie's heart pounded, but she didn't run. Instead, she grabbed her guitar, the same instrument she had carried on countless tours, and hurried to the porch. Lyra, the weak, clung to her shoulder. "Sing," Lyra whispered. "Sing your heart." Carrie sat on the wooden steps, the cool night air thick with fear, and began to strum. At first her voice trembled, but then it grew steady, strong. She sang not to the crowds, not to the charts, but to the very earth and sky, to comfort her tiny friend and to defy the darkness creeping in. The shadows hissed, recoiling at the sound. Carrie closed her eyes, pouring every ounce of hope, love, and courage into her song. Her voice rang across the fields like a beacon. Beside her, Lyra's wings began to glow faintly, then brighter, until they shone like lanterns. The darkness shrank back, curling and twisting before dissolving into the night. When the last note faded, the farm was silent once more. The shadows were gone. Carrie lowered her guitar, chest heaving. Lyra, now glowing with strength, fluttered from her shoulder and hovered in the air, wings strong and radiant again. "You saved me," Lyra said, her voice clear and bell-like. "Your song saved everything." Carrie smiled, brushing away a tear. "No, little one. We saved each other." A bittersweet goodbye over the next few days. Lyra regained her strength. The glow in her wings returned fully, and her laughter, like tiny wind chimes, filled the farmhouse. Carrie knew the time was coming when her tiny friend would need to return to her woodland home. One golden afternoon, as the sun dipped low, Lyra perched on Carrie's palm. "I must go," Lyra said gently. "My people wait for me, but I will carry your song always." Carrie's throat tightened. "I'll miss you, sweetheart, but I know you'll do great things out there." With a final shimmer, Lyra kissed Carrie's cheek, a touch as soft as morning dew, and then lifted into the sky. Higher and higher she rose until she vanished into the horizon. Carrie stood on her porch long after, gazing at the fading light. The farm was quiet again, but her heart was forever changed. She had helped a tiny sick friend who had fled in fear, and in return, she had been reminded of the power of kindness, courage, and song. That night, as she tucked her children into bed and picked up her guitar once more, Carrie felt something warm lingering in the air. It was as if Lyra's light still shimmered among the fireflies, listening to every note. And Carrie knew, deep in her soul, that magic had truly touched her farm.